have one of those makeup brands where you love everything that they release in theory, but you just know, just because it's that brand, you are not going to get on with that product? This is what this video is about today. I have 6 makeup brands that I really want to love, but I just can't. For one reason or another, something is stopping me from loving these brands, and I'm going to talk to you about it today. But just before we do jump into the video, if you have not already, like and subscribe. I upload every single day on this channel. I love talking about bright, fun, colourful makeup, also project panning and all that kind of good stuff. Today I'm doing a kind of graphic-y look. I did film it and then my SD card corrupted. It's been a morning. But I'm going to jump into it because I feel like this video might become a little bit ranty, but sometimes that's good. Sometimes that's entertaining. So I'm just going to dive in. Number 1 is Makeup Revolution. Oh boy. In theory, Makeup Revolution is such a good brand. Some really exciting color stories at drugstore prices, but their quality is so hit and miss. It is actually ridiculous. I have one palette from Makeup Revolution. Well, I have more than one, but one specific palette from Makeup Revolution. It has both absolutely horrific quality and also one of the best qualities I've ever used in one palette. I don't understand how they come up with these formulas for these palettes, because sometimes you are getting just something that is not even worth the dirt off my shoe, but sometimes you're getting really, really amazing palettes, and their color stories are really fun most of the time. They are more geared towards younger audiences, so maybe that's why, but hey, I love my colorful makeup. I love my colorful eyeshadow. What can I say? What can I say? So what if I'm buying teenage makeup? I think a brand like Revolution at Revolution's prices, but with a more consistent formula, would be absolutely incredible. And obviously, I do know that they have been in the duping game and not necessarily in the ethical way of duping, if that's even a thing. I remember the whole Manny MUA fiasco a few years ago when Revolution literally word for word, angle to angle, copied his packaging, his custom packaging that he had created. Drama. Oh my god, who does that? But they really cut the line. Like, I feel like Makeup Revolution is the Aldi of makeup. If you're from the UK, you know what I'm talking about. There is a store in the UK called Aldi. I don't know if it's anywhere else, but they just copy everyone's ideas and they don't care. They do not care. If you need a laugh, go on the Aldi Twitter page. It is so funny because they just don't care. And I feel like Revolution is the Aldi of makeup. It is ridiculous. Is it ethical to support a brand like that? Probably not. Probably not. But it is there. Every time Revolution comes out with a new thing, I'm like, I know it's going to be bad, but it's cute. The second brand I'm going to talk about today is Charlotte Tilbury. Now, I actually haven't tried anything from Charlotte Tilbury, and there is a good reason why. I think that Charlotte Tilbury is very overpriced. I have not actually tried anything, so take all of this with a pinch of salt. But Charlotte Tilbury comes across as one of those brands that charges a lot of money for very minimal wearable makeup. Girl, have you seen my eyes today? No, that's not what I'm into. For every day, like in the office, like, yeah, I will go with a neutral look or a little bit more neutral by my standards, but I'm waiting for something that Charlotte Tilbury releases that is up my alley. I've been through this with quite a lot of high-end brands. I feel like I just sit and wait because it's just neutral palette after neutral palette after neutral palette, and I'm just waiting for something to catch my eye. They did release those single eyeshadow duochrome shades last year or a few years ago now. That did catch my attention, but then I was like, I have Pastel Rose's indie duochrome single eyeshadows for a third of the price that are just as good, if not better. I want to love Charlotte Tilbury. I want to be that girl who wears Charlotte Tilbury and is like rocking that look. But honestly, I'm not. I would get so bored. But I really would like something from Charlotte Tilbury, but I just don't know. I just know that I'm going to be disappointed. If I put a brown eyeshadow in the crease, it's just going to be like, Okay, you know, oh, I want to love Charlotte Tilbury. Her whole vibe, like UK queen, we love it. I'm waiting. I did want to buy, if anyone's got this and it's not been used and you are willing to sell this to me, DM me on Instagram, I'm being serious. The Miss Kensington lipstick. I played Vivienne Kensington in Legally Blonde and I thought, what an amazing treat for myself to get the Vivienne Kensington lipstick, the Miss Kensington lipstick from Charlotte Tilbury, but it was discontinued. I'm actually gutted. To this day, I'm still gutted. I did Legally Blonde like 2 years ago now. I'm still absolutely gutted that I do not have the Miss Kensington lipstick because that would have been such an amazing keepsake. We live and we learn. We just gotta keep going. Push through. For those of you who have been on my channel for any amount of time, especially recently, you'll be waiting for this brand, Natasha Denona. Oh, I'm gonna do this very quickly because half of you have already clicked off. I talk about Natasha Denona so much and not in a good way. I have 3 palettes from her and 1 lipstick from her, and none of them, not one, have been good in my opinion. So I have the Mini Star, the Mini Trio Chrome, and also the Glam palette, and then I have the I Need a Nude lipstick in the shade Natasha. Okay, let's talk about the lipstick first. I've not really spoken about the lipstick much. It's just dry. It's dry. It's a dry lipstick. Why am I paying £25 for a dry ass lipstick? I do not know. The eyeshadow palettes, the mattes are fine. The shimmers are so lackluster and so bland. Oh my God, I have drugstore eyeshadows that are so much better than the Natasha Denona eyeshadows, but the Natasha Denona eyeshadows just have that cheeky £70 price tag. What? I am so upset to say that. It actually upsets me to say this. This is not something that I enjoy saying, believe it or not, but Natasha Denona, I've said before, I will say it again probably, it is one of those brands I need to learn to let go of because I want to love Natasha Denona. Like, this brand inspired this video. I want to love her things so much, but I've admitted defeat now. So many people commented on a few of my previous videos and said, oh, her newer palettes are really good. You should try this palette or this palette or this palette. No, I'm not doing it anymore. I've tried 3 palettes and 1 lipstick. They all have not worked out for me. That is it. I'm done. I'm done with Natasha Denona. I am done. Because I don't understand her quality. And a few of you guys have said and agreed with me, like, what is everyone going on about? So I'm not alone. Okay, I'm going to move on because my regular audience are just like, oh my God, yeah, we know. So I'm going to move on to Maybelline. Oh, Maybelline. This was my childhood. The Maybelline Superstay Foundation still is the main character in my dreams at night. I love that foundation. I think all of Maybelline's base products and even their cheek products, maybe not so much their eyeshadows, but they are so good from the drugstore, but they're not cruelty free. And I'm so gutted. I'm so gutted because I love Maybelline. Before I really took the leap and became 100% cruelty free, I loved Maybelline so much. I went through so many of their foundations and I'm so upset. Like the Maybelline powders, top tier. But I can't buy them anymore because they test on animals. And why? I don't understand why they test on animals. It's the year of 2024. Why? I honestly think Maybelline was the hardest part about becoming cruelty free. But since then, I have kind of found other things that work better for me that have not been tested on animals. But I'm just so disappointed that Maybelline tests on animals. Like, you don't need to. You don't need to. I know it's all about, like, making money and profits and things like that. But this is something that's really close to my heart, especially recently. And I just can't bring myself to buy things that have been tested on animals. It's just, I can't do it. I cannot do it. It is so sad, but that's where my ethics lie. And it's very similar with the next brand. The next brand is Pat McGrath. So again, I've not tried anything from Pat McGrath, but they do test on animals, which... Pat McGrath, why? Their price tag as well is a bit like, whoa, wow. I am a kind of person that will justify paying a little bit more money for some more expensive makeup. Pat McGrath is like a different deal though. Like, that's expensive. Like, she is very expensive. And for testing on animals, I'm not paying a premium price tag for very, very, very subpar ethics. Not happening. I have gone into flannels a few times and like eyed up her things, and like her things look so nice. Her eyeshadows look so beautiful. Again, a little bit more on the neutral side for me, but she does have a few pops here and there. I just can't, again, it's the testing on animals. Why? I don't understand. And finally, this one breaks my heart, but Colourpop. Oh, if I lived in America, I would be all over Colourpop. But Colourpop is one of those brands that is really inexpensive and easy to get if you're in America. The rest of the world, not so much. Colourpop is not sold anywhere here in the UK. I would have to go onto the Colourpop website, then I have to pay ridiculous shipping, then I have to pay ridiculous taxes, customs fees, all that kind of stuff. Then I have to wait like 3 weeks for it to get here, and at the end of the day, it's just not worth it. I will do like a Colourpop haul like once every 2 years just to kind of refresh and replace some things that I've finished up. But other than that, I just can't justify Colourpop. I would love to be able to review new Colourpop palettes, but by the time they arrive at my house, it would just be old news, and the next Colourpop release will be like out, ready to buy. So there's just no point. I do love Colourpop though. Everything that I've tried, I've absolutely loved. I would love to be able to be one of those girlies with the biggest Colourpop collection. I just can't. I can't. I wish I lived in America, or I wish that Colourpop was sold in the UK. Like, Colourpop, please come to the UK. Please. I'm actually begging you. Please come to the UK. You'd make so much money here. Like, please. So this is it. What do you think of my list today, guys? What is a makeup brand that you wish you could love, but you just can't? I am going to be very interested to hear your thoughts down in the comments. Maybe it's a brand that I absolutely love and I'm going to be fighting you in the comments. Who knows? But this is it for today, guys. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, like and subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow for a brand new video. Bye bye!